They're doing outside comedy now. They have drive-in comedy shows. I saw like the first one was done down like in AC this week.
So the cars are there and you're on stage and they're just
they had a comic in the back of a U-Haul truck.
Okay.
Cars pull in, and to know they're laughing and like the joke, they honk horns.
Oh my Lord! No. Stop, guys! Stop! You're not going to reinvent the wheel. We are not going to move to drive-in fucking comedy shows after this is all over. If you're fucking trying to create something that's going to sustain even when this is done. You think drive-in comedy shows where we're heading? Over your punchlines and over your setups?
Now, could you imagine a neighborhood like living in that neighborhood? Like what's going on out there? Some comics killing apparently. And like what's like if you're bombing, you'd be like, dude, I thought I was killing. Then this cutlass just started and pulled out.
You fucking high beamed me right my set.
Yeah, it'd be so annoying when someone's like late for a show. It's like it's not bad enough you were late to my show, but you can't get that fucking tailpipe fixed. Popping in here, backfiring.
Just trying to pull in the front.
I was riding harder.
You're late. You sit back. You late. You're in the back.
Be complaining to the club owner. Can you not let any cars in if I'm on stage? Once the show starts, no more cars.
No more cars. I mean, that just makes sense.
That's what I thought a funny bit would be, because comics always have excuses for why a show didn't go well. Or
Right.
Because a big comic excuse is, dude, this place had high ceilings, so you couldn't really hear the laughs. So if you're going to perform for outdoor shows, you can't be like, it was the sky, it's high. Doesn't really bounce the laughs back.
So that one's out.
That one's out.
Because everyone's experiencing
that's
that.
Out.
Yeah.
I thought a funny one would be like the one I thought of was, dude, because everyone always talks about the check spot, check spot in the club. Dude, I'm at the end of my act, 15 minutes to go. I'm really starting to cook, and they drop checks. Now it's going to be like, dude, I'm at the end of my act, 15 minutes to go. This airplane flies over. Yeah. Totally drowns out my setup. I didn't get one horn honk. Not one horn honk.
Or I got 15 minutes to go. What do they start to do? They start to fill up gas. They start doing gas fill-ups in the middle of my fucking closing bit.
Yeah.
They're filling gas. They're topping off tanks. Unfucking real.
Yeah.
Get the gas in the beginning of the show. You don't get gas at the end of the show.
Motherfucker sat on his keychain and his car alarm's going off.
This guy gets out in the middle of my set and starts waxing his fucking car. Yeah. In the middle of my set, he's in the front row. He starts waxing his fucking car.
Yeah. I don't think this club likes me. It's booking me for January 15th. It might be cold out, no?
Where? In the Poconos. Yeah, it's going to be a little chilly.
Yeah. Yeah, East Coast driving comedy clubs are freezing most of the year.
Exactly. That's why East Coast drive-ins failed, and there's only three left, and they're in upstate New York, and they open from June, they close in August. I wanted to open up a drive-in, not a fucking drive-in comedy club. It's dumb. I always wanted to open up a drive-in like movie theater.
Yeah.
But there, like everybody says, is hold on 1 second. Give myself a little sunlight.
Mikey Cinematographies.
I saw myself. I'm like, I'm a little dark.
Get a little dark over here. Get that cigar. Now we're talking. I'm ready for my close-up.
No, I always wanted to open up one. I had this idea of like, because the property is expensive, and if you can only run it 3 months out of the year, that's not a fucking easy thing to pay for.
The real estate's too good. You could just sell it to houses.
Right. So what I was thinking is combination, huge drive-in, and then a building that's also like a sports like center, like fucking indoor,
Like a funplex or some shit?
Like a funplex that's also a drive-in theater. This way the property is always making money all year long.
Yeah, no, apparently a lot of people are doing drive-in movies. I get, because it's a passive experience. You watch a movie.
You don't need to interact with everybody.
Comedy's just it's the people. It's the room that night. This group of people this night doing something.
Didn't they do a drive-in Broadway show? I thought they were doing.
I can even see that because they do plays in the park even before COVID. You know what I mean? They do Shakespeare in the park. It makes sense. Right. A theater. You don't need the crowd to interact. Right. You just need viewers.
Right.
Comedy, you need to see the people smiling.
And I want to hear laughter. I don't want to hear horns, man. I'm sorry. Why are they forcing it, man? It's just, you know what it is, man? It's like, I don't know who did the show. You know who did the show? I don't want to shit on it. Do you know who did it?
I know who did it, but I don't want to like.
All right,
I don't want
to shit on it.
Put it this way, I don't think he shouldn't have done it, and I applaud him for trying. You know what I mean, and giving something. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do now.
No, I'm not either. But guys who were doing this or trying. So were you making a living doing comedy, and that you had no choice but to fucking come up with this? A lot of people doing Zoom shows. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I don't know what their day jobs were. A lot of people who were doing Zoom shows, they might not have, their day jobs might be shut down and they had no choice but to try to put some scratch together doing Zoom shows. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what are you holding on to? Were you getting up so much and making a killing doing comedy, and now you're hurting cash-wise, so you got to do these Zooms? I just don't understand why we're forcing that.
I think it's ego and wanting to be out there doing it, or just I don't know. I'm just guessing. There are Wise Guys in Salt Lake City was doing shows, and the comic who did a weekend there said it was half capacity. Every comic had their own mic,
right?
And that he thought he would be rusty, but he wasn't. He goes, I was rusty when I tried doing a Zoom show because it's not what I do. But he's like, but I got on stage. It was actually fun. And it was like the crowds were so appreciative of being out that even if you threw out like a new idea and were floundering with it, it was like they knew what was going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I can wait. That's what I say. Like I'm waiting.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying not to do it. I don't understand what this desperate fucking means to try and figure out a way to do this thing we do. Because this thing we do has been done a certain way, and it's why it's been for 50 years this way. You stand in front of a crowd and you pontificate. You know what I'm saying? It's we do.
It's a unique art form that requires this special circumstance.
It's an interaction.
To work.
It's an exchange. I say stuff, you go respond. It's not me up there just rambling to a camera. That's not the same thing. That's not.
Yeah. I mean, think about how delicate the shows are before this. If not set up properly, could yield a poor night.
Right.
Like,
right.
Showing up at these halls where everyone's 100 yards behind a dance floor. You can't even see them. You're not connected.
No light,
dark, shitty sound. Like, and it barely worked that night.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's like a delicate art form that needs to be done properly in a specific way. And it's not. I don't believe it can be done that way. I mean, if you tell me outside in the park, people aren't in their car, they're just separated by chairs.
That's different.
I could do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see their faces, man. Mm-hmm. I want to know, like, like you said, you want to hear that laughter.
Right.
Horn honking. I don't know. I mean, is it like a quick horn honk, a laugh, and a boo, like a long one, like?
I don't know. I don't want to hear any of it.
I know.
I would just be like, hey guys, I know all the other guys were really into your horns. I'm not. So here's the deal. Don't fucking horn with me. Turn your lights off. If you like me, put your lights on and off. That's how I'll know. That'll be laughs to me. On, off with the lights. No horns. I don't want to hear shit from anybody. I don't want to honk. It's not going to do it for me. Just going to aggravate me.
Right. I mean, and like I said, if you're a comic that wants to do it, I don't care.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I don't care. I don't think I'll do it. I mean, I'm almost guaranteed I won't do it.
I'm just saying, why are we?
It would have to be one of my boys
forcing
doing
that.
it.
Why are we forcing it?
It would have to be like Dino or James saying, "Hey, I'm trying this. Would you do this for me?" I would do that for those. You know what I mean? Like one of my regular guys that book me. I'm not going to send the. I'm not going to try to send the veils to a booker. And be like, "Can I come work your field?" No, I'll consider myself just retired until the industry comes back.
Right.
You know.
And I'm just saying, if you want to be creative, you want to be funny. I love doing stand up, beyond anything. So I understand if you told me, I only want to do stand. You said, Mike, you got to choose between writing scripts or acting or stand up. Fuck it, I'll just do stand up then. Never mind. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. That's what I love. Okay.
Oh.
So
100%.
Right now, people are being told that they can't do stand up, and they're trying to do stand up. They say maybe that's all they really want to do is stand up, and they don't want to try to write anything out, or they don't want to try to do a different creative outlet. Which is not. I'm not going to hate anybody for doing that. Didn't do that.
Oh yeah, that's why I've been prefacing saying I'm not hating on anybody that does these things. I'm not. Hey, if you do it, I don't. And like I said, the guy that tried doing it, cool, man.
Right.
You're trying to do something. That's cool. I just.
Right.
I don't know. It just seems odd to me.
It does, and it just, especially the horn blowing. It just is not cool. I don't care.